Hey everybody, it's Uncle John from Your Story Hour. And we've been spending quite a bit of time together, a lot more than we usually get to because of everything that we're doing, Aunt Nikki, Aunt Carol, and I are doing to make this time of more social distancing and isolation a little bit more bearable by sharing the stories of Sam Campbell together. I wanted to show you a little bit about the world that I've been living and working in. Of course, I've been spending a lot of time at home, but where I've been spending the most time, it seems, has been right here. I'm sitting at my desk right now. I've just done hours and hours and hours of work every single day here, a lot more than I usually do, sitting right in this chair, right in this place. But when I record, I don't record from here. And what I want to do is I want to show you where I record from. And to do that, I'll bring up a little camera and give you a chance to see me there. So here I've got the other camera brought up. We'll turn it around and here we go. You see in the back side of one of my lights, but you'll recognize that picture on the wall right there. Well, it's right in front of that I do all of my recording now. And I sit on that stool and I put my iPad in the little stand there and put the microphone so that you can hear me. And that's where I record from. Next to that picture is some other pictures that I've drawn. And on the bottom of that drawing board is my face mask that I wear whenever I go outside the house. And so now you can get an idea of the place I live and work at right here. Right here. Oh, you saw my chips. All right, so let's stop and come back here. I know there's something else I want to talk to you about because I know that if you're anything like me, you are very, very curious about Sam Campbell and specifically the place where he lived and did so many fun things with the animals there in northern Wisconsin. Now, we know from the stories that his sanctuary was in northern Wisconsin. And from the book Loon Coon, it was very, very clear that his sanctuary is on an island. I know when I was a kid hearing these stories, I was thinking to myself, a cabin on an island? That's so cool. That's so exciting. I always wanted to be able to live and stay on a cabin on an island, but I never have gotten to. But it sparked my imagination knowing that Sam was there. So the question is, where was his island? Well, if we're to look at the map I've got on my wall, we'll see that Wisconsin's right here. If we zoom in on that, we're going to find when we look at another map that it's right here next to the E and the A in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. But this isn't really a good map to get a really good picture. For that, we really need to go to a real map. And so we'll go to Google Maps. Okay, here's Wisconsin. And I've marked a marker for Sam Campbell Road. They changed the name of it from when he lived there. They named it after him. And because of that, we know exactly where he lived. So we're going to zoom in. We're moving in, and you can see that Sam Campbell's cabin that he lived in was right in the middle of a big national forest called Chiquamanin-Nicollet National Forest. And we're zooming in. Oh, we're starting to see he lived near the city of Three Lakes. And we can see that right there next to his marker, Three Lakes. Continuing to zoom in, we're starting to see he lived in an area where there were lots and lots of lakes. Lots and lots of lakes. We're starting to get closer and closer and closer. Oh, we see the name of Big Fork Lake. That was the largest lake that was near him, but he actually didn't live on that lake. His island was in the middle of 4 Mile Lake, right there in the middle of the screen. Continuing to zoom in, you can see this here is Sam Campbell Road, and the island he lived in is this one right there toward the edge of 4 Mile Lake. Now, that's all nice, but we're not going to get much more detail than that. So we're going to go to a satellite view, and this is where 4 Mile Lake is with the island. This island right here. Now, I would have loved to be able to see Sam Campbell's lake this well when I was a boy. We're starting to see the buildings and other structures on the lake, and here we have it. We can see his cabin where he lived, and I'm told that the same cabin is still there that he and Jenny used when they were working among the animals and making friends and movies and all kinds of things. This is his dock and boathouse, the very same dock and boathouse that he used. I'm sure there's been some repairs made to these structures, but they're the same, in the same location that they were. Now, we'll zoom out a little bit. Right here is a bay. It looks like this is a field, right? But no, those are lily pads and other kinds of water plants growing in this bay, and they would canoe out from this bay out to their island, and they would often be met by animals and different things that lived there and came to love them as so much. All right, so now you've gotten to see where I worked. You've gotten to a better idea of where Sam and Jenny worked and where all those stories about the animals took place. Now, I don't know where Looney Coon's Cooney Castle was. I would have to look really close and try to figure it out on the map where it might have been. But maybe you can do that. Now that you know where it is, you can look it up. You can get the book out or re-listen to the story and say, oh, it must have been here. It must have been here. Well, anyway, it's been really good visiting with you. It's been really good having you come into my home and into my office and studio, and love being able to read the books to you. And I love hearing your comments and whatever you have to say. So you have a good day. Stay safe, be well, and always remember, God loves you and I love you too. Bye-bye.